Good morning. It's Lisa with Soulshine, and it's morning tea with me time, and I still have sleepy eyes, although I've been up for hours, and it's so sunshiny today. Make sure you get outside and get some vitamin D today. But I've got my tea in my at-home mug. I still have raspy voice. I haven't spoken yet this morning yet. So the plan for today, which is why I'm all undone and comfy t-shirted up, is my home day. So today I'm going to work on things that I need to get done here at the house. And Whitney from White House on the Square has inspired me to attack my Christmas pile. Yes, I still have some of my Christmas ornaments stacked in Tupperware boxes in parts of the basement that they shouldn't be living. So I'm going to go through them because there's always things that I always touch every year, and I always say, no, I don't want to decorate with that anymore. And so that's happened like 2 or 3 years in a row. And so ultimately I just need to take those things out and purge them, like either donate them somewhere, or if they're broken or gross, I'll just, pitch them. But it's just been an annoying pile that I pass by every time I go into the basement, and it's time to attack it. And so Whitney at White House did a speed run through of her, like timed lapse video of her going through all of her boxes and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? It's time. So today's the day. I'm going to go through my Christmas stuff. And there was something else I wanted to do. Some other corner of my basement that needs to be attacked. Something else that I'm going to attack. But in doing so, I'm going to have to rustle up my sleeping, soon-to-be 18-year-old. He likes to sleep in the basement for some reason. He stays up late playing Xbox, I think. And so me rummaging around in the basement is going to cause him to stir, and I'm just going to gently guide him up the stairs so I can get my work done. But one of the things I did want to talk about was the importance of doing that one thing. So each day, most days, let me start by saying most days, not every day, but most days I do a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, and nothing gets completely done. And at the end of the day, I feel super unproductive, but I've got tiny little bits of 1,000 little tasks done. And give me a little heart or a thumbs up if you feel like you're in the same boat. And so each day I ask, when I do my little prayer time, I always ask, okay, what thing do you want me to do today? What's the most important thing that I should do? Thank you. I knew somebody else was with me. What's the most important thing, that one thing that I should be doing? And it's always right. Every time I hear that small voice, he says right. And I'm like, yeah, that's not productive. And there's so many other things I should be doing than sitting at the computer and typing. Lorelei, you too. I know it's not just me. But I always poo-poo the one thing. And I always set it aside and think, I'll do it later. That seems extravagant to sit and write. I should be doing something else, something more productive, something that either brings income, affects the world in a bigger way, whatever. Like I have this thing, like I know better than the small voice says. So today and many of the days last week, I did that one thing. But whatever that one thing is, that voice that tells you, and my one thing is definitely going to be a bit different than yours thing. So I encourage you to not only sit and ask him what that one thing is, but also obey and do it, because he has the big picture scanned out much better and much clearer than I can imagine. And so who am I to say, I'll do that later? And I do it every single day. So probably 4 out of the 7 days last week, I obeyed and sat and wrote. And once I start writing, like things start to flow, like it's just a natural thing. It just comes out. I'm like, well, why didn't I do this before? Because I'm stubborn and I don't like being told what to do. So today, again, I sat and I wrote. And again, I got 3 little, paragraphs of different stories that just flowed right out. And I'm like, gosh, I should do this all the time. But I don't, because I'm stubborn. But I'm noticing that once I obey and I do that one thing, whatever that one thing is, everything afterwards is super productive. I no longer am doing that tiny little peck of 1,000 tiny tasks. I actually finish something to completion and with great peace. So this is my finding. Again, these morning teas with me are more ahas on my life and I share them with you so that maybe you can pick up an aha of yourself without the added drama of disobeying. And then I always save it to YouTube because 9 times out of 10 I'll forget it and I need to be reminded yet again. So I encourage you to, if you don't sit and ask what your one thing is, to sit and ask, what's that one thing? What can I do to serve you today? Mine always says writing, and I'm curious to hear what your one thing is, what that little small voice says, what your one thing is. So message me and let me know, because I love that stuff. I eat that stuff up. And then do it. Be obedient and just do it, because I promise the flip side of you doing it, it's going to feel good in the moment, and then afterwards everything else is just gravy. It's icing on the cake, and it goes so much smoother than you trying to do it on your own efforts. So that's what I'm challenging you with today, and I love to hear what your one thing is, and if you obeyed, and then if you had some great aha moment afterwards. Man, I just love to hear that stuff. So fill me in. So as for now, since I'm done my writing, I'm going to go attack the basement, Russell, my 18-year-old, get him up, get him moved out so I can do my thing. Maybe turn up some music and get it done. So that was a lot. So I hope that whatever you're doing today, you know that I'm sending you so much love, and I hope you have a most marvelous day. Join me tomorrow for some more morning tea with me. Love you much. Mwah, mwah, mwah.